Luke, if you'd like to.
I hope this time it doesn't come. I'm wearing mine. I'll keep mine short. I want to see how big I'm short now. I'm going to read off this, and the first bit might explain why I read off this anyway. I don't know if council ever actually realised, but I don't speak often in this chamber. I have been one of the least vocal RA, one of the least vocal SABs, and from a poll on Rhetoric, one of the least memorable. So, what the hell? I was an RA member who sat in this chamber, and I was also a guild councillor for a year, and yet I rarely spoke. Partially because this room will never be and is not a safe space for people. And partially because I was nervous and partially scared. And partially because I like to think. I was not here to push my own opinions, and I was not here to push a certain agenda. And I was not here to vote for how my friends said I should vote. I know we're people and we can think for ourselves, but I've had guild councillors tell me that they listen to the opinions of a friend of theirs because they know more. We have debate in this room for a reason. So by listening, you can hear both sides. You can work out who knows what they're talking about and who thinks they know what they're talking about. And you can actually listen and make up your own mind. And then vote not for yourself, but for the people you're meant to represent. And this is how I do my lit business. I try to listen to people. And that's actually quite hard as a BPW, when you're perceived to be a white, male, middle-class person with no disability and who is heterosexual. No one in that room knows that for certain, apart from maybe the colour of my skin. But people judge me by that on a daily basis. And being BPW, that makes it hard, because people don't always want to speak to me for those reasons. And I don't pretend to know everything, and that's why I listen. Not just to the vocal students who come to Guild Council, but to the quiet ones, one who comes to my office upset and crying. Now I've lost my space. You know, I listen to people through misconduct, appeals and plagiarism. And then I don't write an article about it, I don't post a blog, I don't tell my friends how bad the world is, but I go to the source, where the problem arose and where it started, to try and get things changed for the better. And we have changed a lot this year, we've done some great. And a lot of the things we've changed this year, people will never realise and never know about it. And this is where one of my biggest grievances lie with this year. It is people not talking to each other and people not listening. Having to find out there's a problem over Facebook, then people getting angry with us for not doing anything about it. Or quite frankly, we didn't know, and no one told us. Motions coming to Guild Council over things that could have been done before Guild Council, things that could have done without the need for Guild Council. Community education is the key, and without it, we become divided and we become weak. This is something that has been a down point of this year, and something I hope won't be a power of next year. SABs need to talk to each other, students need to talk to SABs, and SABs need to talk to students. We're all just people, generally we don't lie, and no one of us are more important than each other. We all have a point of view and a perspective, which all should be respected. And by talking, we can actually get things done and move in a uniform way together. Now, despite that not very nice start, and me having a moan, this guild is a great place, and I'm not VPAD, and Fizz will love me for probably saying this, but societies is one of the most amazing things we do. They keep people in university who otherwise would drop out or run away, people who don't find friends on their course, people who don't find friends in halls, but they'll find them in societies. This is where like-minded people can work together with similar interests, and then these friends become families who support us through this university degree, through our university careers, which is a hard and scary place. It allows people to bloom and grow as individuals, and gain passion, and use this for great causes, and become people who they want to be. Being an RA gave me a great opportunity I never expected to have at the university. It allowed me to meet people and do things many people will never do. It gave me the confidence to become a guild council and not speak that often. And it gave me the confidence to run in the carnival committee by-elections. Carnival people sometimes get a bad rep for being big-headed, up themselves, ignorant people. And yes, some of them might be. But you get that in all walks of life. But they're also among some of the most passionate and well-hearted people you will meet. They work their asses off to make thousands for charity. And they run things like Rag Raids. Rag Raids is one of the most inclusive events I've been on. They've allowed me to meet people from all over the world, from all backgrounds, to go across this country and spend days together raising money for a good cause and good charities. And we don't celebrate these things we do enough, or support these kind of activities enough. And I mentioned carnival, but it's not just carnival. All societies work like this. And all societies work on the passion of people. And it's these kind of people which make this building. The passion from staff in this place is amazing. They get berated often. They're not students anymore, but they do an amazing job. And they make this building what it is today. I'm tired of doing this job after a year. Imagine having this as your permanent career and having to live with the shit we get. Because I don't know if I can cope. But as always, students are the backbone of this organisation. We have hundreds of student staff who are amazing and keep our glasses full, our community looking great, and our welfare care is needed for. But even more important than them, we have our thousands of volunteers who make a massive difference on a daily basis. You people in this room make a massive difference every time you come here, on the committees in our societies which make a massive difference every day, and in the community or across the campus in places you wouldn't expect them to be. And it's the passion that drives these students, it's passion that drove me into this building, and it's the passion that is important to this building. But passion is an emotion, and I'm a scientist if anyone doesn't know, but as a study showed, emotions and feelings can cause havoc on the process of reasoning and coming up with logical responses. But also, if proved, the lack of emotion also has the same catastrophic effect on reasoning. So we need them, and they're important to this building, and I stand by that, and I always will. But this year, I have seen passion for a cause or an idea lead to one of the biggest annoyances in my life. It's one of the things which annoys me the most. And we all do it, I do it, but we become hypocrites. I've seen people who strive for inclusivity and equality cast people by the wayside and exclude them. People who denounce and complain about bullying and harassment, having complaints are made against them about bullying and harassment. And I have seen people who advocate democracy remove people from groups because they don't 100% agree with it. Now, I like to think this is just misguided passion, rather than people just being mean. And sometimes we need to step back and look at ourselves. We need to remember to question, reason and educate, not to berate, harass and exclude. You know, we came here in university to learn, to get some higher knowledge of understanding, make an inclusive environment, not to become what we oppose. Now, this job is a tough one. We always complain about it. We always say we have long hours, we have long days, and we've always got something left to do. We have students from many areas coming to ask us for help, and I don't like to say no. I like to help as many people as possible. Have I achieved everything I wanted to this year? No. Have all the problems I've seen been solved? No. Did everyone who wanted support feel as supported as possible? No. But could I have given any more? No. I gave up a relationship with a girl I loved for this job, and I have not planned what I'm doing for my future because of this job. And that fucking scares me. My health, physically and mentally, has been suffering because of this job. So I couldn't give much more. And I'm not asking for a thank you. I'm not asking for people to remember me. All I ask is that people start talking to each other and think about what they are doing, so this union can grow to be better than it already is, so it can help students for years to come, and so that future officers don't have to suffer like some of us have in the past. So now I'm leaving, not with remorse, not with regret, but not with joy, but with hope. Hope that the good work will continue, hope that we will continue to strive to be inclusive, and that the knowledge that this place can do great things for students it represents.